back again? Don't tell me. It's another episode of the Main Street Randyland YouTube channel. Hooray! Oh, hooray, hooray! Oh, I'm talking about stuff, and I know you save your stuff because you should. You should save your stuff because tomorrow's memories are made today. If you save your stuff now, just think, in 50 years, you can talk about your stuff too, right? 50 years. Well, you know, we were talking about machines and somebody was noticing the prizes that I have sitting on top of machines. Well, yeah, there's stuff up here. And most of the stuff was prizes that I had over the years in the Fascination. And, you know, people used to save tickets for lots of fun things. I mean, come on. You have your 800-watt car amplifier. That's, you know, these kids would go by in their cars and they had those kicker boxes sitting in the back. They'd open their hatch and you'd see the speakers going boom, 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 boom. And you'd hear the bass boom, 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 boom. And the building would vibrate. Stuff like this. You know, it's a couple 800-watt amplifiers that you would have hiding under your trunk. And they were prizes, so we could encourage that kind of thing. And then, of course, you have your Singer iron. It's probably a steam iron, too. Yes, it is steam. Your Timex Indiglo clock radio. You see? Now, that was something that people would save for, especially the Indiglo. And down this way, look, it's a complete car stereo system. Comes with the unit, with the tape player and the AM/FM radio and speakers. Isn't that neat? That's bet it's a cassette, isn't it? Yep, cassette stereo tape player, amplifier, the whole deal. Here's another one. Look at this. A cassette stereo tape player with AM/FM MPX radio. I mean, look at this. The Uniden. Now that's top brand. Police scanner. That's a 10-channel programmable scanner. So you could listen to the police and the fire calls and the ambulance and all that stuff. The Uniden Rescue Radio. All right, and that would only be on CB Channel 9, which was for the rescue. You would have that in the glove compartment of your car. So if you got stuck somewhere, people had no cell phones. So you had an antenna on a magnet you could slap on your roof of your car. You plug that in a cigarette lighter, and then you would plug that in, and you could transmit an emergency signal on CB Radio Channel 9 trying to get help on the road. You know, I mean, people never even heard of these things. Here's your cassette radio, portable, AM/FM, with a little strap. You take it to the beach. Another car amplifier. This one's only 150 watts. Now, here's something for the girls. It's the Barbie wireless video camera. You see? And it would transmit to a TV channel. This is when people had TV off the air. They didn't have cable. They had real TV channel. And you could actually, look, see that? You could change the channel. You had a microphone where you could do interviews. I love the viewfinder. You see the viewfinder? There's no picture in the viewfinder. It's pretend. But the camera was real. And it actually transmitted, and you could get your signal on your TV. How's that for amazing? Now, here is the Southwestern Bell Freedom Phone. Now, if I recall, yep, look, it's a 2-line cordless telephone. 2 lines. Not many people had 2 lines at home. And this is a 2-line cordless, and it's a Bell phone. That was an expensive price. I mean, today, who could use it? They don't have any lines. The Centura Neon telephone. It had neon in lucite, the telephone, you made your calls, all landline, of course. Here's the Beetle. Look at this. Beautiful. Remote control Volkswagen W Beetle. I mean, this is wonderful stuff. And for those of you who wanted the PT Cruiser, we've got that. Also, remote control. Big. That's big. Look, here's my hand. That's big. It's not some little thing. These were wonderful, wonderful prizes. Another amplifier. Here's the Firebox telephone. Oh, I love these. These were a popular item. Oh, look at this. Oh. It's a Firebox. And you open the box and there's a telephone. And you plugged it into your landline. You see? These were prizes. The remote answering speaker phone system. How about that? AT&T, the best stuff. The Main Street train station. Over here, you have the portable radio and little TV. Isn't that wonderful? A little television you could carry. You could go to the beach with batteries and all stuff like that. People didn't have cell phones. There was no YouTube. You could watch your phone. You were lucky if you could get a reception of regular TV. You wouldn't get much reception around here, but if you were in a city, you'd do pretty good. Here's a memory phone where you could actually store frequent numbers into the phone, and then you'd write the name on, you'd push the button and it would dial that number. Can you imagine anybody saving numbers in a telephone that you would have to push and then it would call? I mean, we do it all the time on cell phones. We don't even know the number of anybody anymore. We push the name. But that's how it started. It started in recording your phone numbers. It's your memory phone. So, I mean, this stuff, I'm looking at those are video cards over there. I mean, there's stuff. Everywhere you go, there's stuff. I mean, some were prizes, some were not. There's my first trike. You see him up on top of there? That red with blue? That was a trike when I was probably 1.5 years old, riding around. So, I mean, stuff. What can I tell you? I'm the king of stuff, toys. Look, somebody had a Dunkin' Donuts coffee cup. It's not mine. I don't drink coffee. So it was probably one of the film crews that was here when we were filming one of the Hoarders episodes, and they left their coffee cup there. Son of a gun. I'm going to tell them about that. Well, what more can I say? Save your toys, save your stuff, and then someday you too can have your very own Main Street Randyland YouTube channel. Wasn't that great? We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.